Thank you, everyone, for coming together to celebrate our dear brother, Janus Osiris Redmoon. Think of him as like the human version of onomatopoeia. Like he looked like he was strong, gentle, anchored, beautiful, kind of not of this world. He was adopted a few days after his birth and didn't know that till he was 11. And so he grew up feeling out of place and not knowing why, feeling not connected to his family and not understanding why he felt like an outsider. And so it really makes sense that when he became his own person, he sought out and created his chosen family. I don't think there's any representatives of his birth or his adopted family here. This is his family. You are his family. And as I've been listening to people share stories since his passing, I'm struck by how many people refer to the way that he showed up for them as a brother. He grew up in Tacoma, then went to LA to go to film school. There's two screenplays over there on the table if you haven't seen them. I had no idea. He wrote a treatment for a Black Panther movie, I think. And he only was there for a year and then decided that he's way too handsome. And so he went into thickness, modeling. Again, you got to look at that table. Nothing else but a sweater she's wearing in some of those odd shots. But he also got into bodybuilding and was a competitive natural bodybuilder. And then LA kind of grinded it down and he kicked out of San Diego, where he met so many of us. I think there's a quote by St. Francis of Assisi, like, preach the gospel wherever you go. If necessary, use words. And I think of Janus in that way as someone who walked his walk. He didn't yell from a pulpit, but he lived in the vibration that he believed. He brought up the values and he tried his best to be the person that he thought he could be. One of the ways so whether you met him as a cashier at Trader Joe's or at Magic Flight or at Fuente or Burning Man, he was himself in all those places and radiating his gospel, his version of gospel, wherever he was. One of the ways that he touched my life was he invited me over 10 years ago to my first men's group. He created and invited people in the community to a men's group. And he's kind of like the perfect person because he's not like beat your chest macho and he's not sensitive new age. He's just like Goldilocks just right of like badass and gentle. And is the world not more so starved for that? I think about the men he touched 10 years ago and how each of those men have touched so many men and how those ripples continue on. He continued to walk in his walk and spreading his gospel as he discovered psychedelics. And as he found healing through plant medicines, he then did get a little gospel-y in preaching, and he definitely spread the word. I know I was introduced to some healing modalities through him. Anybody else find their way to medicine? He's like the Johnny Appleseed of ayahuasca. Yep. No. When he felt like he had received the lessons he needed, he stopped doing it. The Alan Watts quotes, when God calls and you answer the phone, put it down. Once you get the message, put down the phone. And I always thought that was like pretty impressive. But he continued to explore what plant medicines could do as far as healing. And when he found found a formula of psilocybin microdosing that helped heal him. He started sharing it, and then started professionally sharing it, and made awesome branding and a website, and like distributed mushrooms all around the country by mail to anyone who would ask. What balls? But that truth resonated with him. That would have helped the world. So that's what he did. I should say that the remaining inventory of his formula is outside. And please take a jar or a box. If you know somebody that likes it, take as much as you can. And just as you want to, just donate to the fundraiser for Rumi. His last birthday that I attended, the theme was dress as royalty. And I don't think I can publicly share anything that happened there. But people looked amazing. But of all the people dressed as royalty, Janus was the one that was like a king. And when I think of him now, that's often how I think of him. This strong, gentle, powerful, beautiful, slightly smirking king.